All right, we have a bunch of things from the drugstore. I did a full face of drugstore, very affordable makeup, things that are new, and this is the look that I was able to achieve. If you want to see this makeup look as well as my thoughts and first impression, then let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to just start off with brows only just because it's very boring and it takes a lot of time and ain't nobody got time for that. But I just wanted to update everyone what is on my brows. I know you guys are very curious still. I did keep it to drugstore. This is the Maybelline Express Brow pencil in the shade black brown and the L'Oreal Faux Brow in the shade dark brunette. Like this one, always chef's kiss. These they're good as well too. I feel like this working in conjunction with anything makes like such a beautiful brow. So with that being said, I did grab a few items for my eyes. I did grab the elf bite size shadow in the shade rose water, so I did grab this, and then I got the Maybelline Shimmer color tattoo 24-hour eyeshadow stick, and I also brought these out. This was from my last drugstore haul. I don't know if I'm going to be using this, but if just in case I want some shimmer glimmer, I have these and I definitely want to use them a lot more often because the Finesse Fleck, it's pretty. It's definitely a pretty eyeshadow topper and I'm just very into shimmer glimmer whenever I can get my hands on it. I did swatch this prior already just to see how it looks. So this is a very like muted mauvey brown shade is what I would describe it. And because this is from the Maybelline color tattoo line, I recommend, and this is my first time using it, but I just recommend just knowing the Maybelline color tattoo line. I'm sure you know, some of you guys have the Maybelline color tattoo, like the ones in like the pot back then. I don't know if they still have that. But anyway, regardless, if you've used the color tattoo line before, you'll know. It's once you need to blend one eye at a time because otherwise it's going to be a mess. So what I'm gonna do is just blend the edges of this, and I do think I let it dry down for too long now. Okay, don't be like me. We're gonna spend a little bit of time here trying to blend this out. I mean, it still is blending. We'll blend a lot quicker when we get to the other eye. So it's just to blend the outer edges, nothing too crazy, like so. Okay. That was so much easier to blend on this side because I didn't sit there and waited. And then I'm going to grab the bite-sized shadow in rose water. Let me just take these stickers off because I just need to. And you know, these are really cute to travel with because just looking at this palette, I can actually create an entire look with this. So let me just grab this and blend this side a lot more because there's like a little bit of a harsh line right here, and just really diffuse that outer edge. Ooh, I wonder if I picked up an eyeliner. I don't think so. I didn't find like a purple eyeshadow or anything. And this is just gonna be a transition shade to help with the blending a lot more. I love a good blend. I can sit here and blend forever. I know, that's dramatic, but you get the gist of that. Do the same on the other eye. Let's just make sure we're blending all the harsh line and edges. And these are darker shadows, so you want to be really careful and mindful. And also not be afraid because you can just clean it up afterwards. Both my eyes are like super blended, super blown out. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's very blended, blown out. I really like this color. I don't know. This could be like a one and done shadow and then put on a little mascara and call it a day. I don't know. This is like very nicely done. Wow. Wow. I am cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking because I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, let's go in here. And you know what's crazy? I am very curious. Do these look, I mean, kind of the same? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, let's test out our little theory. I don't think they're the same. But when just like first glance, you're like, no, they're not. One is more, I don't know if you guys can see that. One is more frosty and pinkier than this one. This one's like a topper. Let me try this other shade as well. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty close. I feel like the palette's a little bit more pigmented, but these are pretty close. And I want to just say for e.l.f., wow. So where are you getting more bang for your buck? I would say get the bite size one. e.l.f. is already cheap, but you get like a transition shade. You get 4 shadows for like, I think it was like $8.99 for this. And these two were like $7 a pop. So this is $14 for 2 shadows. So I don't know, if you ask me, I think you'd get more bang for your buck getting the bite size palette. I don't know. I don't know. Just saying. Just saying. I usually like to apply these with my finger, but today I'm gonna apply it with a brush first, and then we'll go from there. So what I want to do is just put it on the center of the shadow. Ooh, pretty. You're just adding some dimension to that. And since we are here, I'm just gonna pop a little bit of this on the very center, just to give it a little bit something something, not too much, but since we're already here. And then I'm gonna go back in with that blending brush just to make sure that we are diffused and everything is married to each other right now. Usually for a dark look like this, I would go for a liner, but I think I'm going to actually skip that today because I do have a new mascara that I want to try, and I want it to like just perform like all on its own. So this is the e.l.f. Dramatic Length. This is the Extender Mascara Length and Definition. So I was super intrigued. I don't know how long this has been out, but it's new to me. I'm in the shade Pitch Black on this. And so let me take it out. This is what it looks like. Very classy. I feel like, I don't know what it is, but e.l.f. has stepped up on a lot of their packaging, and I'm here for it. And I'm gonna pump some air in this because that's what I always do with newer mascara. I don't know, this is just what I do. So I'm thinking about curling my lashes. Should I curl my lashes or just let this perform on its own? I usually always just curl my lashes. I think to keep it fair, I should just curl my lashes because I always curl my lashes anyway. There's not a time where you actually see me without my lashes curled before or after. So just gonna give it a few squeeze, and then I'm going to apply this. So I see separation. I don't know if this is volume, but I can see that this will give length just based off the way it looks. So definitely length, not volume. I don't know if it was advertising volume. It just says length and definition. So you want some length and definition. So definitely length. I'm going to do the same and curl the other eye. Oh my god, my contacts are like stabbing me alive. I've been wearing this for like 10 hours now. I feel like it's probably time to take it off. I've been trying to let my eyes get a little bit more oxygen, but it's just so hard. I really don't like wearing glasses if I don't need to. Let's get into foundation. So I have two here. I have the Maybelline Lifter Stick and the Essence Foundation Stick. So the Essence one is in shade 160 and the Maybelline is in 125. So I haven't swatched these yet, but I was just looking at it in the store, and also this was very messy when I got it and I didn't even realize it, so I just grabbed it. So it just smushed into the thing, so we're gonna be okay. And so I'm just gonna swatch it and see. Okay, well done, T. It's not a bad shade, actually. Let's see if it oxidizes or anything. And then the Maybelline one is in the shade 25. Oh, I feel like 25 is like a much like match. I might go with the shade 25. The 160, I will use it on another day just because it's a little lighter. I mean, I could bronze and all. I do have a new bronzer here, but I just feel like I want to use the Maybelline today. So this is what the Maybelline one looks like. I'm just going to swipe it on and then stamp it into my skin. And then buff it in. Stamp. And I'm gonna put the first layer down. It looks very like natural and pretty for sure. This reminds me a little bit of the Dior foundation stick, but this one is not as like glowy and dewy, if you get me. Like it's buttery and soft and it's easy to blend, but it doesn't give you that dewiness to it. So I just buff this in. It's not like full coverage either. It does give like a much more natural finish to the skin. I'm gonna try to layer this now, see if it does anything. So if you guys are new here, I have acne prone, oily, textured skin. I pigment very easily, just simply because of my skin tone. I do pigment with like if you push on my skin, I'm bruising. I'm pigmenting. That's it. Like I'm gonna bruise pigment with like the tiniest thing. So any acne scar that pops up, she's pigmenting. So I have to be super extra careful, and I need full coverage. So I'm gonna go in with another swipe. I do think that this is creamy and buildable. So wherever I need full coverage, I'm probably just going to, not probably, I am going to stamp this into instead of buffing it. Because when you buff, it tends to like diffuse out the coverage. Okay, this is pretty. Very pretty. Looks very natural. It's definitely easy to blend and buildable. I would say this is like a light to medium coverage on my skin, and it could be built up to full coverage if you want. Like you still see a lot of my texture, but that's given. I think that every single foundation, especially with texture, it does accentuate and highlight. And this is just like with wearing makeup. If you wear makeup, all of your flaws do accentuate and highlight a lot more than usual. But nevertheless, in other areas that do not have texture, I feel like it's a very pretty finish. Like I would use like my jawline as like a more realistic of like, you know, normal skin that doesn't have all these texture and lines and everything. Now let's get into bronzer. I did see this new one from e.l.f. It is the Soft Glam Cream Bronzer in Light Medium. Okay, so this is the bronzing stick. So I'm just gonna apply it directly on my face like so. This does give a more, I don't know if you guys see it, but like a more green tone, but we will blend it out and we shall see. Ooh, that blended out very easily. Once you blend it out, it doesn't give you that green undertone, or maybe it's just my camera, but I do see just like when I applied it, I saw, or I'm still seeing, a little hint of a green undertone in this bronzer. It's pretty. it blends out really easily. Like, look at that. It's an easy blend with no harsh line and such. All right, now that we have that all blended, let's do I have a cream blush here? Okay, I have two very exciting cream blushes. I might use both. Should I use both? I don't know. We're in this blush blindness era and I'm all for it. So the first one is from L'Oreal. This is their multi-use tinted balm to blush and highlight. So it's a blush illuminator. I can see little specks of the illuminator in here. So let me try to pop this open so you guys can see. So this is what we're looking like. It has a shimmer shine highlighty look to it. So there's that one. And the other one is the CoverGirl TruBlend Blush Balm in the shade 200 Pink Sprinkle. So this is what 200 Pink Sprinkle looks like. We're going for this ombre diffuse blush look for our blush blindness era here. So what I'm gonna actually do is take this and blend it everywhere, and then I'm going to go in with this strictly like right on like the pointed apple. So we're just going to stick our brush in and see how this performs. And I'm gonna saturate and just show you guys, saturate my brush. This is glowing. This is like a Vaseline looking. Okay, we'll see how this goes. Okay, now that we've saturated, I'm just going to tap her in all over. Ooh, this is pretty, but it's very glowy. She's very glowy. She's like wet. I don't know how this will perform. And it's fragrant. I don't know what it is with L'Oreal, like trying to be Dior or something. So there's that. I've been blending my blushes to my under eyes and try to do this new technique that everyone's been doing. So I just wanted to, and if you guys missed my previous video, that video for like everything new at Sephora, I taught like techniques on blending the blush and doing like that ombre like super baby pink effect with like new products, and you can use products on your own like currently as well. So since we're here and I am obsessed with blush, I'm going to continue this ombre trend and effect as well. And it doesn't have to be crazy. Like it doesn't have to be like, I know it sometimes is really scary when you see like Instagram posts of like super pink blushes. It does not have to be like that. I promise you. It could just be very focused on certain areas that you want. Or it could be like toned down with a like more mauvier, more subtle or more neutral blush as well. Like play with your makeup and see how it goes. Like try it, take it off. Like it's so easy, just take it off and stuff like that. So this is what the blush looks like. It's definitely very glowy, very glossy. It reminds me of, oh, what is it, the L'Oreal Le Glassy highlighter, but this is like infused with a blush color at the same time. So that's the vibe that I'm getting here, like very wet, very wet. So be warned, you are going to need, or I'm going to need to set this down. I do feel like for the drier skin, this might be a really nice glowy blush for you. I just don't think that it's going to last if not like set down. So that is my thought. Moving on, I'm going to be going in with this Pink Sprinkle by CoverGirl, and we're going to just dot her right there at the center, and then we're just going to blend just very precisely right underneath the eyes like so, and then also. I'm probably going to try to pick it up with the brush because it's when I smudge it on to like swipe it on my face, it's picking up a little bit of what was underneath, and I don't think I like that very much. Okay, I usually run it over my nose a little bit. So I don't think I have a new concealer. Oh my gosh, I just totally forgot about this item. I'll put it on now. This is the NYX Smushy Matte Lip Balm. It's a clear shade. It's in Sugar Smush. I was going to use this to prep my lip, so it's not too late now, huh? Oh, this is an interesting texture. It's so fun. It's literally a velvety matte lip balm. Wow, interesting. Okay, let's go back and start concealing. I do have a drugstore concealer. It's the Maybelline one. I think that's the only good one at the drugstore in my very humble opinion. I don't think any other concealer at the drugstore is even good right now, in my opinion. If you guys have recommendation, I'm all ears, because every time I run errands, I would like take a peek the makeup aisle. I love looking at the makeup aisle. I'm just like, ooh, is there anything new? But honestly, I'm such an online shopper these days. I'm an over consumer of like everything. Let's blend the concealer out now and also do any spring cleaning on anywhere that our blush is a little too much. I always teach you guys this technique of like, if you have like, if you went a little overboard with your blush, and this is why I always apply my concealer after. And I really use my concealer as like an eraser to like tone everything down. And if it doesn't tone down, I always go back in also to blend it out, like go over it, and also with a powder after, like really makes everything a lot more subtle and like blended nicely together. So yeah, if you guys, you know, are used to applying like concealer first, try this technique, and I feel like you get to be a lot messier. I have now put concealer on. The next item that I saw that was new, and this is new to me, by the way. It could be out for like years now and I've just been living under the rock, but this is the LA Girl Pro Setting Brightening Loose Setting Powder. This is color correct and mattifies, and I got the shade Soft Pink. They also had like translucent, they also had a medium or like a darker shade, and also there was this like H2O powder and spray and primer. I didn't gravitate towards that because as an oily girl, I gravitate towards everything that says like matte, blurring, powder. Nothing too glowy for me. Noted. Blushes are different, highlighters are different, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. Like when it comes down to like setting powder, my preference is a more mattifying powder versus a glowy hydrating powder. I'm just so oily that if there's a hydrating powder, we're going to slip everywhere. Like we're gonna slip all over the place. And then also, I really like this packaging, LA Girl. It has a little sifter and you can like swirl it. Like this is what not to shade or anything, but if you guys saw my other video, I did talk a little bit about Natasha Denona's packaging. And this was what I was hoping the Natasha Denona packaging is like. And I always really appreciate like the little mesh because it helps stop like the powder from like just exploding. It just keeps it back a lot more. This is a very nice packaging from LA Girl. I feel like drugstore, they've definitely like stepped up on a lot of their packaging, but also noted their pricing has gone up a little bit more as well. Not like insane, but still, you're like, Is how much you cost? Yikes. I gotta really set down today because I'm a little glowy in areas I don't want to be glowy. Like, for example, around my cheek area. I want to set that down. Okay, there's that. I'm going to bronze a little bit, and I got the NYX. This is the Buttermelt bronzer in the shade All Butter Up, light medium. This is like a warm tone. I think there was like either one shade darker than this, or this was the lighter shade out of all of the shade. I think this was the second darkest. I'm correct me if I'm wrong. So let me just open this up. So this is what the butter bronzer looks like. It's a little bit, it has like a sheen, shimmer, shine to it. So let me grab one of my brush. I'm just gonna, oops. I have the blush in this formula. So I do like the blush. It's very like nice. So when I grabbed this, I was hoping that the texture of this is very similar, and it's nice. It's not too pigmented. It's setting down nicely. It is a little bit warmer for sure. Like this is giving you like that bronzy girl bronze for sure. Like we are a bronzy bronze girl. Okay. And then we're gonna just run this across the nose a little bit. Wow, that's nice. It definitely gave like dimension and bronze for sure. You see that? I have a little glow to myself right now, and I kind of like it, but at the same time I know this is not going to last. And I just want to go back to that L'Oreal. This is a multi-use tinted balm to blush and highlighter. I have to agree, because if you take a look at the tip of my cheekbone, there's a highlighter effect to it, and I'm still like a blush, like there's still blush around. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can tell, but that's the look that I'm seeing here, is that there's, I don't think you even need a highlighter at this point for this. That is pretty. It is a little bit glowier than what I'm used to or wanting to put on my face, so I have to put it there for the oily gals. And then for the CoverGirl TruBlend, this one is, I just bought it in another color because I love the rose latte shade so much that I went and purchased this. I had no intention of purchasing this one actually. I was just walking down the aisle because I was actually looking for this, but in the setting powder version. And I kept looking everywhere and I couldn't find it. And I saw that this color was in stock. I didn't see it last time. So I saw that this color was in stock, and it just called my name. And I was just like, I love this formula a lot from the drugstore. So I was just like, okay, I'm already here. Let me just, I don't know. You don't need a whole lot to talk me into buying stuff, okay? Let me make that, like, I'm easily influenced, and I'm easily amused all the time. So I'm just gonna take this and I'm just gonna lightly set that L'Oreal down. So just lightly set, run it over the nose. Yeah. This blush is just always so good. It makes me look blurred. Makes me look like I'm poreless, even though I have texture. Like I'm always into something that has blurring effect. Okay. I'm glowy. I am a glowy gal. Okay. There are 3 lip products, and they're all from NYX. The first one is the NYX Lip Lingerie. This is a felt tip pen. And then the other 2 is, oh, I'm a liar. I'm such a liar. 2 of them is from NYX and the other one is from CoverGirl. So, wow, I'm very NYX and CoverGirl out today. I didn't even notice that. But anyway, this is the NYX Fat Matte Smooth Color Lipstick. This is what it looks like. And then this one is the Clean Fresh Yummy Blur lipstick in 240, the Blur the Lines. So this is what it looks like. I'll swatch both, but before I do that, I'm going to take that matte lip prep, and it stayed matte, by the way, like the whole entire time. There's not a single glossy McGloss on my lip, which is so funny. It gives you such a velvety texture and feeling. Okay, cool. Let me just take that off, and then I'm going to go in with this. It's a staining wear, and it's very similar to like the Huda Beauty lip stain, etc. So this is in the shade Barely There, and this is what this looks like. I'm going to overline a little bit down there. Okay, that's pretty. And you'll see me go over areas multiple times just because I want certain areas to be dark and pigmented. That way there's like depth before I put on the lipstick. But this is a very pretty lip liner, especially like around my cubicule. I tend to go heavier handed, if you guys can see. And then I also go very heavy handed right here. Okay. So you do have to be a little bit of a perfect lip liner gal, in my opinion. But nevertheless, this is a very pretty, like I find that this will most likely stain and last a very long time throughout the night, eating and everything. So that's why I applied it the way I did, so that it stains, and also in my inner rim so that it is blended as well. So that was my thought process. Nobody asked for it, but it gave it anyway. So then this is the Covergirl Clean Fresh. This is the 2240 Blur the Line. So this is what that looks like. And then I'm also going to this is the Smooth Color Lipstick. This is the Fat Matte one from NYX. This is 04 Rose Robe. Oh, it's one of those clickers, so you can't go back if you... Ooh, what do I want to do? These are really nice, but should I try bold? I feel like this is too dark, so I might just like put this down, but that's a pretty shade. That is a very pretty shade. I'm going to use the Covergirl and have this more like paler nude look. This is very blurring. I like that look. This is definitely very nice. And that's like very matte as well. I don't know. I've been really loving this like dark liner look. So, well, let me just fix my hair. Alrighty guys, this is the final look of everything that is new at the drugstore. Let me know what you guys think. I really do like this look. I do want to say that the blush is a little bit too glossy and dewy for my liking. I find that this is going to fly off my face in like an hour if I touch anything and rub anything. But other than that, I feel very pretty. This is a very pretty makeup look. So I do appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone. Mwah.